My relationship with G.I. Joe is a very interesting one because I grew up in the 2000s absolutely adoring G.I. Joe. Spy Troops, Valor vs. Venom, G.I. Joe vs. Cobra. I adored those toys growing up. I would say those are my favorite young childhood toys. I remember playing with them indoors, outdoors, taking them places, losing parts in the backyard. I have so many fond memories of G.I. Joe toys. And one of the G.I. Joe toys that I shared with my brother as a kid was the original vintage Cobra Techno Viper. I always enjoyed the purple on that one. Always thought it was very cool looking. Fast forward a little bit to the 30th anniversary collection for G.I. Joe. And my brother and I were a little older and we started taking toys a little more seriously as collecting. We were actually collecting, ordering online, keeping track of our collections, displaying them. And I mean, we were young teenagers. And we had this tradition where we scoured all these Walgreens and all these other random stores looking for G.I. Joes. And one of my favorite ones to always find and one of my favorite ones to get was the Techno Viper. And the Techno Viper has just always been one of my nearest and dearest characters that has reminded me of this era of my life, sharing that toy collecting with my brother, going toy hunting, finding all these random things. Fast forward to today. Now, the current G.I. Joe line is G.I. Joe Classified, and many toy collectors go absolutely crazy for it. They say it's Hasbro's best 6-inch action figure line. They absolutely adore it, and I haven't bought one in about a year and a half. The last one I got was Kamakura, because in that Kamakura video, if you watched that, he was one of my absolute favorite figures when I was a younger kid. So that was a no-brainer for me to get Kamakura. But my G.I. Joe Classified collection is pretty few and far between. I don't really get them unless they really appeal to something deep within me. It's not just, oh, that's a cool looking figure, I'm gonna buy that. No, it has to be a Dusty, a Beachhead, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Cobra Commander, Crimson Guard, Cobra Bat, the ones that really resonate. I don't have a Destro, Baroness, Duke, I don't have those. Those didn't resonate with me. But, obviously, you know where this is going. The Techno Viper is one that very much resonated with me, and one that I was very happy to get. However, I didn't want to just buy this Techno Viper. If I did, I would have had it for months already. No, I wanted to kind of relive the whole reason why the Techno Viper is so near and dear to me. I wanted to find it on a toy hunt. And I have been hunting for this guy for a while. Every time I see new G.I. Joe Classifieds stocked in my local Targets or Walmarts, it's always quick kick, big boa, quick kick, quick kick, quick kick, big boa, quick kick, big boa. I never found the Techno Viper. I was so mad. But I went to a Walmart that was a little further away. One that was in an area that was, by a Toys R Us back in the day, and one that, I don't really go to super often. And as I was walking to the aisle, I'm like, oh, I'm manifesting it. I want a Techno Viper. I want a Techno Viper. And I walked down the aisle, and I see Quick Kick. And I'm immediately disappointed. But I'm like, you know what? There's a couple behind him. Maybe one of them's a Techno Viper, and not just 2 more Quick Kicks like what I always see. I flipped that first Quick Kick away. I saw the Techno Viper. I was so happy. And not only that, I walked further down the aisle and I found the new Captain Rex. So yeah, that was a very, very awesome trip to Walmart. Very rare that I have awesome trips to Walmart. But yeah, it was just so fun to relive the whole reason why the Techno Viper is just so near and dear to me. Obviously, I'm going to open this guy on camera. That's the whole point. I want to kind of give you guys my first impression and my thoughts on how I feel about modern G.I. Joe Classified, since I haven't talked about one or gotten one in a year and a half. I think my Kamakura video is November 2022, so it's been even longer than that. But anyways, let's get this guy open. Let's see what he's got going on. I'm very excited to open this guy and share with you how I feel about this, because it looks awesome. It looks like it has tons of accessories. Looks like he is absolutely loaded with stuff. Oh, this is exciting. Oh my gosh. Warning, choking hazard, small. Anyways, I hate those. Why do we need these little pamphlets? Number one, I'm very happy to see that they are once again back in plastic packaging so we can actually see the toy we're buying. Because my Kamakura was in plastic-free packaging, so that was kind of annoying. Never got most of the others that were in plastic-free packaging. Never really got, you know, the Crimson Bat, stuff like that. So he does have all of his tools that will, I guess, go in his backpack. Those are very nice. Kind of soft plastic, too. Appreciate that. So he's got, like, this little hammer thing and these couple little claw things. Those are nice. He's got his little pistol, which will mount in his holster. He has this, whatever this is, gun. No idea. Kind of like a sci-fi beam spray gun or something. This hose is such an upgrade from the one on the 30th. The one on the 30th is literally just a cheap rubbery plastic tube. But this is like a proper hose. That is very nice. I mean, sure, it says plastic still, but it looks nice. The backpack is looking very nice as well. Seems like this guy pretty much just comes with all the same accessories, except he has this really cool added, like, Batman Arkham Knight-esque, like, screen that pops out on this hologram from his wrist. That is sweet. I want to get a closer look at that, and I will definitely display him with that. That looks super cool. Alright, let's get him out. He is the star of the show. Alrighty. How does the figure feel? Oh, very nice ab crunch. Very nice. Torso joint moves nice. How about his hips? I know early classified did not have good hips. Hips feel nice. How about the knees? Are they tight? Ooh, yeah. Pretty tight knees. Seems like this upper joint. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't want to break him. That's almost like stuck. Oh, there we go. Just a little tight. Needed a little bit more leverage to it. Ankles seem to be moving pretty fine. I've contorted him in quite the position already. But I just want to, like, feel the joints. Because everyone always talks about how nice and posable G.I. Joe Classified is nowadays. And I haven't really handled one since Kamakura. And Kamakura I really enjoyed. So I was kind of curious how this turned out. Alright, so the shoulders I'm worried might be kind of limited. Or not. Oh, that's interesting. So I was thinking that the shoulder pads were attached to the arm. But it seems like it has like this fake little clasp on it. So you can still move the shoulders up. And the shoulder pad will still stay on. And like still kind of stay attached and linked. But it's not linked in the way you think. So that's really interesting. Wow. That's really clever engineering. Like it still looks like it's strapped on, but it's not. Wow, that's cool. And then he's got his big old wrist communicators. These are very new and different from the classic Techno Viper look. He's got like these little screens on there. Whoa, it actually has print. Whoa, it says Cobra on there. Yeah, let me get close. Oh, that looks sweet. Cobra, some little text, like a little almost loading bar. Looks like it has a number on there. How about this other one? Oh, this one's different too. Looks like it has like a globe logo on there. Oh, that's sweet. And those are the holes where you can put the hologram. Wow, that's nice. How does the head move? I love the helmet design of the Techno Viper. Almost looks like Darth Vader in a way. Also kind of reminds me of the Neo Vipers from Spy Troops. So, does he have a hinge? No, no hinge. So it seems like he's just got a simple little dumbbell joint. That's kind of disappointing. I expected a hinge. Yeah, he doesn't have the hinge anymore. So like he can still look up, he can still look down, but not as much as he could have with the hinge. That's very odd. That's a very weak dumbbell, too. It's not really moving much at all. But still, that's not that big of a deal. How about his elbows? Still very tight. I'm not the biggest fan of how tight modern 6-inch Hasbro joints are at first. Like, you have to actually work them. It's like you have to, like, work them out so you can actually move them without feeling like you're going to break the damn thing. But yeah, that's... Like, look at that range. Even with that gauntlet and everything, that's really nice. So he just has in and out at the wrists. That's peculiar. Especially since he's got guns. I don't know how I feel about that. That's odd. No alternate hands either, so you just have to deal with that. Alright, let's load him up with some of his gear. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to assume he's going to be left-handed with his pistol because his holster's on the left. So that's pretty cool. Get that pistol in the holster, fits in nice. It does have a hole at the tip if you have one of those blast effects. Obviously, I don't because I don't collect classified nearly enough to have any of those. What's next? What's next? The backpack. So the backpack, how does it load up the gear? So it seems like we're going to want pretty much all of the tools facing one way. Yeah, it seems that way. So we'll just slot them in. They seem to be slotting in pretty good. Oh, do these tools like attach to the tip of this gun maybe? Is that where they go? Like why do they... Oh, I get it. They attach to the hose. That's where they go. They attach to the hose. I get it. I get it. I'm stupid. It's fine. It's fine. Does the gun have a place to store? I don't know. Honestly, couldn't tell you. Maybe if you, like, took one of these out? Because I'm just looking at the picture on the back. I don't really see a place to store the, like, the weird ray gun thing. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. He does have options for the hoses. You can see, like, the tanks are actually nicely painted back there, too. All right. So then we'll get this attached to his back. Does this attach nice and secure? Is the back peg lined up? Yeah. Come on. Come on, push in. There we go. Yeah, it seems nice and secure. Doesn't seem like that's going anywhere. I kind of wish Hasbro wouldn't use those round pegs, though. I wish they would use something a little bit more like that slots in instead of just pegs in. And then we'll get the hose. It seems like this hose is pretty flexible, too, so it shouldn't really inhibit range of anything. We'll get that attached to this laser gun thing. And then have him holding it. Come on. Come on. I'm sure like hardcore G.I. Joe fans are like, oh, how do you not know the exact kind of gun? Have you not read his file card? The file card's digital now, my friend. And I don't feel like scanning a QR code in the middle of a video. And also, we're talking about a Techno Viper. Is it really that important that I know the exact kind of gun he has? I don't think so. So I'm immediately noticing a bit of a problem. I think the hose is too short. Because if I want him, like, holding the gun at, like, any angle, like, you can see where, like, this is, like, flexing up here. Yeah, and, like, if I want it moved in, like, a different way, I feel like it's just, you know, like, look how much it's bending. Like, it's not the worst thing. It's not the end of the world. And I feel like if I want all the tools in the backpack, I need them pushed in a little bit more so they're not colliding with the hose at all. Yeah, the hose looks pretty. And I feel like you can still get them in the poses. Like, it's not the worst ever. It's not like, oh my gosh, the hose is so short, you can't even have him pointing the gun. No, you can have him pointing the gun. You can have him, like, holding onto that bit right there. Yeah. Yeah, you can have him holding that. That looks good. You can just see it's just bending back there. So if you don't want that bending, then sorry. It doesn't seem like there's any option for you. Honestly, I see why they chose the wrist articulation they chose. Because given the nature of this gun and everything, I think that's what is working best. Because you can see I'm using that hinge to have that out a little bit. That is looking very nice. I'm definitely digging that. I think he looks sweet. He definitely looks sweet. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. But this isn't how I'm going to display him, no. Oop, he's holding the hose. How I'm going to display him, I'll still have him holding this gun, right? I'll still have him holding that, kind of at the ready. Bit of an angle. Looking like he's ready to fire it if he has to. But the main thing is this right here. Let's take a closer look at this, because this looks awesome. I obviously see a Cobra logo in there. And like, almost looks like a compass or a clock? I don't know. Little logos, little like dials and texts. It says tech right there. That's cool. Loving that. So this is the side you want facing him so he can read it because it says tech. Alright. Plug that in the arm. And then it looks like he's, I don't know, talking to Oracle or Alfred from Arkham Knight. This is really cool. Or he's showing off his chain code. Yeah, that looks nice. And I do appreciate that hinge downward here as well, because it makes it look like his hand is naturally, you know, resting as he's looking at that. That looks sweet. I'm definitely going to display him like this. That's one of the coolest new accessories for this guy. And it just kind of emphasizes that, yeah, this is a Techno Viper. He's all about the technology and everything. That's what his whole deal is. Loving this. Is it like the best action figure of all time? No. Is it like... Yeah, it does have its little problems and quirks here and there, I feel like. But I really enjoy it. I definitely see the appeal for G.I. Joe Classified. I definitely see why people are absolutely loving it. And I'm happy that every once in a while they release a figure that deeply appeals to something that I really care about. And the Techno Viper is one that I really care about. Here, for the end, let's bring in my old one. Let's bring in my old 30th one. Alrighty, guys, so here is my impressions and first look at the Techno Viper. Definitely a fan. Definitely enjoy this figure. Will I get more G.I. Joe Classified this year? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm not sure if they've really shown one recently that I've really been interested in, other than this Techno Viper. Big Boa I thought about, but I don't know. I did have the original Big Boa as a kid, and I really enjoyed that one. But I don't know. I'm just not feeling that 6-inch one right now. I'm not feeling it right now. We'll see. The Techno was one I was very heavily debating and decided to get and find in retail. I do have to say I enjoy the purple color more on the classified one. The 30th one, it's a nice color of purple, but it's a lot different. You know, it's not as deep, it's not as dark. So there we go, guys. I've pretty much said all that I need to say. Let me know what you think about G.I. Joe Classified, and specifically this Techno Viper, down in the comments below. I'm really curious. Do you guys feel like I'm missing out that I don't collect a G.I. Joe Classified? Do you think that I need to have a whole shelf of all of these G.I. Joe and Cobra characters that I really have zero personal attachment to, other than, oh, I had an action figure of it growing up. It wasn't my favorite, but I had it, and now it's here. You know, it's... G.I. Joe was a franchise that was very near and dear to me as a kid, and nowadays, the little that I do dip my toe in is usually just dipping my toe back into what, like, really made me love it as a kid. Not just casually picking up a Gung-Ho or a, Baroness or all these other characters that I think are cool, but that I don't need, you know? So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Have a great one, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.